northeast local government area of the state. The Presidency and Industrial Training Fund, ITF, said that the federal government and its agencies could not provide jobs for all Nigerians. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Job Creation and Youth Employment, Afolabi Imokude, said the federal government would create an enabling environment for the economy to thrive, which would in turn create jobs for the teeming youths. Imokude, who said this in an interview shortly after a one-day interactive forum organized by the ITF, also stated that the federal government would continue to leverage on various social investment programs, including the NPower, to provide jobs for the youths. Violence that erupted over a disagreement at a birthday party has forced Bauchi state government to impose a curfew on Yawa community, a suburb of Bauchi metropolis. Governor of the state, Mohammed Abubakar, announced yesterday in Bauchi that there will be restriction of movement from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. until normalcy returns to the affected area.
The state is happy for the peace that is holding in the entire state. I am only going to seize this opportunity to call on a few elements in the state who are trying to create problems, that I am going to go down hard on anybody, and I'm not leaving out anybody who thinks he can create problems in Bauchi State. I'm going to come down hard. I'll visit the full force of the law on anybody.
The fracas claimed at least 3 lives, while 2 houses and a car were burnt. The Islamic State West Africa province, the Boko Haram splinter group, has killed at least 44 soldiers and 9 farmers in 3 days of attacks on some villages in Borno State. A military officer who spoke on condition of anonymity said that their troops were completely routed and the terrorists captured the base after heavy fighting, adding that the base commander and 3 officers were among the dead. A pro-government militiaman said the insurgents arrived on about 20 trucks, and Army air support did not arrive until after they had invaded the base and looted the weapons. However, the military authorities have yet to react or issue a statement about the incident. 2 officers attached to the Combined Interagency Task Force of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, ESCC, has been rescued from the fire that almost razed down its building in Lusetu, Abuja. In a statement released on Facebook page, the commission said that the fire started at the former newsroom, which now serves as storage for ICT equipment that was retrieved from the commission's former offices scattered across the capital city. However, the cause of the fire has not been ascertained. The commission said data and equipment were lost in the fire that broke out at the data center. A federal high court in Oka, Anambra State, presided over by Justice A. Abubakar, has sentenced 4 traders to 6 years in prison for dealing in fake drugs. The convicts, who were found guilty of possessing and selling counterfeit and substandard drugs bearing forged trademarks, will serve 18 months each in prison. Their lawyer, E.O. Ego, has earlier pleaded with the court to temper justice with mercy, considering the fact that the convicts were first-time offenders and had families to cater for. The Deputy Speaker, Abia State House of Assembly, Cosmos Ndukwe, believes that there is a need for a change of government at the national level in 2019, considering the failed promises of the present government to improve the nation's economy. Speaking to Flo-FM News in Onwai, Ndukwe noted that most Nigerians are presently experiencing hunger unabated.
Promises of enhancing the economy of the nation. Today we can now see the GDP. We can now feel the pangs of hunger in virtually every family. I was in a program over the weekend on Sunday at Abuja when Jonathan came in. I saw the level of acceptance. The people called on him, showing that they have compared the two.
On the activities of the State House of Assembly, the Deputy Speaker explained that the vacant position of a minority leader would be addressed through judicial pronouncement.
And as such, the parties will always submit who the minority leader will be. And we have a letter from APGA. So we are waiting for the rule of law. We're waiting for the judiciary to come up with judicial decision on those issues and those court cases already instituted against some of our members. And I'm sure once the judiciary finish their court cases and come up with judicial decisions, the legislator, the principal officers of the house will meet.
Abia State Commissioner of Police, Chris Ezeke, has said that 10 suspected operators of Wonder Bank who defrauded over 1,000 people in the state have been arrested by the police. Briefing journalists in Abia, Ezeke disclosed that he had set up an investigative panel with the Assistant Commissioner of Police to unravel the matter, stressing that the preliminary report from the panel indicated that the number of victims are higher than expected. He urged the victims to submit their documents to the panel and assured that everyone would be paid. News now on Flo 94.9 FM continue shortly with business, foreign and sports news. Stay tuned.
Why are you hiding behind the mic?
This is affecting my eyes, I beg.
Balanced. Straight to the point. News now on Flo 94.9 FM. Omaya.
6:45 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m.
News now. News as you need to know it. The Flo of God's own state.
Welcome back. Now moving straight to the foreign news. In what is described as one of the